Well, now more than ever, employers are looking for people who have an understanding of the complexities of Europe, both politically and socially. The University of Kent has 4 European centres where its students can study a range of specialisms within the heart of European capitals. Eleanor Casas sent us this report from Brussels, where she found that studying in mainland Europe can add value for prospective employers and students.
These students have come from all over the world to the University of Kent's Brussels School of International Studies. There are 39 nationalities in this year's intake, from Brazil to Turkey to the USA. They all agree on one thing: they're learning as much from the international environment as they are in the classroom.
The international experience through the fellow students here, but also through the organizations, governmental organizations, but NGOs, corporations that are here. Brussels is a great hub for all of them versus the United States. It's not that diverse.
I was coming from a very international life and I wanted to continue that, and I felt that for the area I'm going to work in, this is going to prepare me best, because even here, if we do group work, everybody comes from a different country and has a different working style, and it's sort of adapting on a daily basis. So I feel like this is ongoing training for working in an international setting.
Brussels is best known for being the home of the European Union, but there's a lot more to it than European bureaucrats.
Brussels is the capital of Europe. It brings together not just all of the European institutions, but we've got NATO, based just outside Brussels. We've got the International Court of Justice in The Hague, which is, as it were, just up the road. So it's a wonderful centre for people to be able to study the institutions and experience what European integration has meant and what international relations and international law really means.
The University of Kent set up a centre here in Brussels in 1998, and it has others in Paris, Rome and Athens, where students of art, culture and heritage management can make the most of the culture and history on their doorsteps. Many British universities are worried their links with institutions and researchers on the continent will be put at risk by Britain's looming exit from the EU. But the University of Kent says Brexit won't change their approach.
Britain is part of Europe, whether it is a member of the European Union or not. And we see that as being an ongoing significance. Here in Brussels, for example, we have a legal status and a recognition by the Belgian authorities, which accords us a similar status to any Belgian university. So that there is no expectation that the university is going to pull out or will have to pull out of that. We need to be able to continue to provide this, whether or not the UK is part of the European Union. We need to understand how the European Union works and how the European Union functions in the world.
That in-depth understanding of how international institutions work can help the students into a wide range of careers. Alumni can be found working everywhere, from the European Commission to the offices of senators in Washington, D.C., to right here at NATO headquarters in Brussels. Auset Mitchell is from New York and studied international relations with international law at the Brussels School of International Studies. She now works at NATO.
Being here and being able to meet people to see how can I get into NATO? What kind of job opportunities are there? Is it just I have to apply to be a permanent employee, or can I start with an internship, temporary contractor? You don't really know that until you're here and can network and talk to people.
Dr. Jamie Shea is the Deputy Secretary General of NATO, and he says an international education gives job applicants a clear edge.
Well, I think first of all it's a cultural benefit. It's feeling comfortable with many different nationalities, different cultures, people from different backgrounds, not being fazed by it, and being flexible and being able to adapt and adjust quickly. And if you've been educated in that sort of multicultural environment, it's not just a question of knowing lots of languages, although that's always useful. It's more the fact that you can quickly understand where the other person is coming from.
The European Union is being shaken by seismic changes as Britain prepares to leave, and Europe works out how to respond to the Trump presidency, making that insight into international perspectives more useful for these students than ever.